Today I want to talk about ADHD and impulsivity. So many people who have ADHD understand that they may have impulsive tendencies, and they always attach those tendencies to negativity, like binge eating, binge drinking, risky behavior, and the dreaded ADHD tax. But there's actually, in my opinion, the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to ADHD and impulsivity. So today I want to start with some of the good aspects to being impulsive as an ADHDer, move into the more negative aspects or the bad aspects of being impulsive, and then I want to talk about the ugly, and I want to leave you with a couple of tips and tricks that you can use right now today if you're an ADHDer who struggles with impulsivity just like me. For anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Sara Kelly. I'm an ADHD mindset coach, and I come out with ADHD related content every week to help you lean into your ADHD brain and reprogram your mindset. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you never miss a video from me. So let's start out with some of the good ways that our impulsivity as ADHDers can really benefit us. Now, of course, this list is not exhaustive. There are more things. So if you think of anything to add value so that when I make future videos, I can add your lived experience as an additional perspective that maybe I haven't considered, please add it in the comments. A lot of ADHD people will leave things to the last minute because we are really, really good under pressure. We do have time blindness. Something is either happening right now or it's so far in the abyss that it might never happen until the 11th hour, of course, and then we can be on our A game. So impulsivity and being really good at the 11th hour is a strength that we have. A lot of us also have a willingness to go into uncharted territory, like becoming a business owner or working in emergency services, something where the unknown might be a little bit scarier to others. Our impulsivity really allows us to thrive in some of these more high pressure situations, as well as uncharted lands. Our impulsivity can allow us to be risk takers, and some of us who take risks, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship, business ventures, or just trying something new like moving to a new place, the payoff can be huge. Whereas people with ADHD who don't struggle with impulsivity, or neurotypical people who don't have ADHD, might be too scared to take some of those leaps and bounds that we as ADHDers love doing. According to Dr. Hallowell, who is an ADHD researcher and doctor, he says creativity is impulsivity gone right. And I couldn't agree more. A lot of people with ADHD are really witty. We're really good at saying things at the right time to either get people to laugh or to bring a new perspective into a situation. That is absolutely an impulsive act. And if you've ever been told that you're witty people are actually highly intelligent. So take that as a compliment. We also have the ability to bring energy to new situations and to see things from different points of view that others might not be able to. In a nutshell, we are great under pressure. We are very creative. We're big picture thinkers, and we're generally not scared to try something new. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these positive impulsive traits. And if you have anyone in your life who thinks that impulsivity and ADHD is all negative, save this video and send it to somebody who you love. Like it so that more ADHDers in the algorithm can see that impulsivity isn't all bad when you have ADHD. Now I want to run through a really quick list of the negative aspects of having impulsivity when you're an ADHDer. Begins with the obvious: impulsive spending, risk-taking behavior, binge eating, thrill-seeking, over-promising without thinking about how much time you have to fulfill somebody's request. The dreaded ADHD tax, and I have a video pinned in the description of this video that goes over the ADHD tax. A lot of us are notorious for interrupting in the middle of a conversation. And although there are many others, I'm going to end this with not not considering the aftermath of some of our words that we're quick to speak or text that we're quick to send. Now let's go over a few of the things about impulsivity that come under the ugly umbrella. And then I'm going to leave you with a couple of tips and tricks that you can use right now, today, if you struggle with impulsivity as an ADHD person. Impulsivity can lead to financial ruins. And this can come to thinking that we want that new shiny object and then getting it and not having a use for it or not being able to afford what we can buy. It can manifest as gambling because gambling gives us a ton of dopamine. Thrill seeking either through sexual behavior or maybe driving fast or doing something dangerous. Impulsivity can also bite us in the butt when we're feeling emotionally dysregulated and we act on those impulses of anger or hurt. And finally, not considering the long-term consequences of our actions. Again, we're very much right now or not happening. And sometimes we don't pause to take time and consider if what we're doing now, our future self will thank us for, or regret our actions that we are impulsively wanting to act in. So now that you know the good, the bad, and the ugly of ADHD and being impulsive, I want to quickly invite you to my complimentary masterclass. I do have a mindset masterclass specifically for women who struggle with their self-esteem and or their self-worth. The link to sign up for that is in the description of this video. Now let's finish this video off with 3 tips that you can use right now if you struggle with impulsivity. The number 1 tip is the power of the pause. Impulsivity is wanting to go and pausing is the opposite. So if you can get into the habit of pausing, thinking about what you want to do before you do it, giving yourself a timer of 24 hours. If it's maybe sending a message while you're emotionally dysregulated, don't send that text or that email for 24 hours. If it's a purchase that you want to make, setting up a financial budget where you're paying yourself an allowance of fun money makes us stop and pause and think about what we want to spend money on. Also, in this economy, some of us might have to save for a few months before getting that purchase. Again, that's leaning into the power of the pause so that what you're doing now, you don't regret later. The second thing that I recommend is setting boundaries up for yourself. And this comes back down to the power of the pause. Setting up boundaries when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your personal relationships, when it comes to the things that you're willing to do and not willing to do. So for example, I have a boundary for myself that I will not go on my phone or check my emails in the first hour that I'm awake. And when you set up boundaries, if that is something that you find boring, you can make a little bit of a game out of it, or you can give yourself a reward of some sort once you are implementing the boundaries that you've set for yourself. And my final tip is to check in with yourself when you want to be impulsive. Because a lot of times when we're feeling like we want to be impulsive, we're either bored or we're not getting enough dopamine. Something that you can do is you can make yourself a running list of a few things that give you dopamine. Maybe going outside and getting in nature, calling a friend and chatting with them, treating yourself to your favorite coffee drink. Or if you have the blessing of your doctor, getting out and exercising. All of these things can also create dopamine and they can alleviate boredom. So the next time you want to be impulsive, ask yourself, am I just bored right now? Because more times than not, the answer is yes. And you can then divert your attention to doing something now that your future self will thank you for, instead of doing something impulsive that in the moment might give you the dopamine that you need, but the crash, the aftermath of that thing will lead you to feeling regretful. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun making it. I know I say that every week, but ADHD is absolutely my special interest. So the more I research about it and learn about it, the more excited about ADHD I get. I love sharing this content with you. I hope you got some value from this video. Check out the masterclass in the description below, and I will see you next week in the next video.